You're listening to the Law of Attraction Radio Network.
Julie Ryan, noted psychic and medical intuitive, is ready to answer your personal questions, even those you never knew you could ask. For more than 20 years, as she's developed and refined her intuitive skills, Julie used her knowledge as a successful inventor and businesswoman to help others. Now, she wants to help you grow, heal, and get the answers you've been longing to hear. Do you have a question for someone who's transitioned? Do you have a medical issue? What about your pet's health or behavior? Perhaps you have a loved one who's close to death and you'd like to know what's happening. Are you on the path to fulfill your life's purpose? No matter where you are in the world, take a journey to the other side and ask Julie Ryan.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. I'm Julie, your host, and I'm so delighted you could join us this week. My intention in doing this show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all around the world by helping to answer life's unanswerable questions. And we have a bunch of callers on hold already, so it'll be fun to see what their questions are. And wanted to announce our winner for this month. Every month I announce a winner of a free consult with me, a free session, and it's worth $155. And the reason I do that is because it's a thank you to all of you who listen and who are a part of this community. I really appreciate your involvement. And I know $155 for a private session is a lot of money to some people. And so it's something that I can do each week as a thank you. And how you sign up for this, for the drawing, is hi, I'm going to mute you. I see you just came on. How you do this is you sign up for my blog at AskJulieRyan.com. You sign up to follow me at AskJulieRyan on Instagram and write a review about why you like the podcast on iTunes at Ask Julie Ryan. And then you'll be entered into a drawing, and you may be the lucky winner. And this month, it's Nika Hay, Nika Hay, Hay, and Nika said, I love listening to the podcast. It is amazing how comforting it can be to hear the questions answered. I feel lighter and brighter from just listening to the show. I called in for the first time tonight, and it was a great experience. Thanks, Julie. And the title of her review was, I love tuning in. So how to leave a review if you're an iTunes subscriber. Be sure and subscribe to the podcast, then you'll get automatic downloads. But just type in itunes.com/AskJulieRyan, and you'll be able to leave a review. So Nika, email me, Julie at AskJulieRyan.com, and we will set up a date and time for us to have an hour-long chat for free. So thanks so much for that review. It was very kind. All right, let's go to the phone, and let's see who our first caller is. I believe it's Julie. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
How are you?
My question, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Yeah, my question is dealing with my Aunt Terry. I know I sent you an email yesterday. She can't do it because she's really doing poorly. And what they're saying is that her whole stomach is full of cancer. So I was just wondering if you could scan that. And
sure.
Although you worked on her kidneys yesterday, I relayed everything you told me, and they called today and said her kidneys are functioning better. So,
wow! Yay!
Yes.
Fabulous.
So I wanted you to know that she just has so many things going on that, and I mean, at the Mayo Clinic, they told her to go home. They said you've got 2 weeks, and I don't think so.
Well, first of all, tell everybody where you're calling from, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. I happen to be out in California.
Okay, so where are you in California?
Orinda.
Okay,
which is
near what?
Near Oakland.
Okay, so Northern California.
Yeah.
And tell everybody where your Aunt Terry is.
My Aunt Terry is in Minnesota. She's in Bemidji, Minnesota, and she's been going to the Mayo Clinic. So.
Right. She has cancer, and she's been in various stages of kidney failure, right?
Well, yeah, she ended up in the hospital this week, and they said her kidneys were failing, and they said her whole body is full. Her whole stomach area is full of cancer. So it was just the liver. So, yeah, but I mean, she's doing really poorly. So.
Right. And I got to talk to her, 2 or 3 weeks ago, Julie? You arranged for a private appointment, and she's just darling. She's so cute.
And she does have another appointment scheduled for the end of July, or the middle of July, I think.
Okay. All right.
So she does have another one.
Yeah, great. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect directly into her because I've worked with her before. And then I'll get a read. When you emailed me yesterday and I did a scan on her, hi Natasha, I see you've joined us. I'll come back to you. I'm going to mute you. When I did a scan on her, Julie, she was not dying at the time that I did a scan on her. She was not in any of the 12 phases of transition, which are, to those of you that are first-time listeners, those are the phases that we all go through as we're approaching death. And it's different configurations of angels and deceased loved ones that are surrounding us. And I can tell when I get somebody on my radar and I scan them, I can tell how close to death they are based on what phase they're in. And there's a chart that details all of this on my website, AskJulieRyan.com, and it's also in my book, Angelic Attendance, what really happens as we transition from this life into the next. So go on my site and you'll see what we're talking about. So what I'm going to do, Julie, is I'm going to raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit. And we vibrate more slowly when our spirit's attached to our bodies just because the body has mass. So by raising my vibrational level, and I vibrate really fast, I learned how to do this. I turn it on and off at will. I'm able to connect with any spirit, alive or deceased, anywhere. And so that's what I'm going to do with your Aunt Terry and see what's going on there. So here we go. Here comes my laser beam, and she's in Mayo in Rochester, Minnesota.
I think that they let her out, and she's in a hotel somewhere near there.
Okay.
Because, they were going to release her tonight.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. See if we can figure out where she is. But here comes my laser beam up to Minnesota, and I'll hook into her. Okay, got her. All right. She's still not dying. She's not in any of the phases yet, Julie. So, when the docs say you go home, you got 2 weeks to live, listen, there are plenty of people walking around on the planet who are completely healed and completely living normal lives 5-10 years after they've been told to do that. So, all right. So she does look very, very sick. Now, I'm shooting energy through her from her feet up through the top of her head. How I know she's not dying, everybody, is when somebody is dying, the spirit exits the body, and it holds on to the top of the head, and it looks like a bubble, like the bubble in a cartoon caption where the words or the character's thoughts are. And Terry does not have that. But her body is definitely shutting down. And so what I'm doing is I'm shooting energy from her feet up through the top of her head, and she has a bunch of toxins in her body because her kidneys are failing. Yeah. So have they dialyzed her? Have they done kidney dialysis on her?
They didn't do dialysis on her, but I guess what they did say is, she did that, she was doing like a chemotherapy, immunotherapy or something. And they actually figured that because she had such a high concentration of drugs in her system that they had to stop that for a while. So I think that is very likely the cause of the kidneys. But then they did say that like her stomach that's the cancer in there. So I don't know if it has grown or...
Yeah. All right. So the big issue right now is the toxins in her system. So I'm pushing them out. I can see all the toxins, and it's from the chemo. And I'm pushing that out. The one thing I want you to know is get her to listen to the book called Radical Remission. Radical Remission by Kelly Turner, Ph.D. and it's full of people who have cured themselves from cancer from all walks of life, all socioeconomic statuses, a bunch of different countries. And what she did was she came up with the 13 common denominators that everybody did. I'm pretty sure I told Terry about it when we spoke.
Yeah.
Okay, so have her listen to that book. Get the audio book so she can listen to it. Okay? And then we'll go from there. And then you and I keep emailing me. Let me know how she's doing, and I'll continue to work on her from here.
I have an appointment with you anyway, I think the 1st of July.
Hot dog. All right. Well, look forward to talking.
I'm going to take your class, so.
Yay! I know you are.
Yeah.
So excited. Yeah, my angelic attendance class.
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to do some of this stuff yourself. Yeah. You're going to be able to communicate with her and all this. So great. Yeah. Well, good luck. Keep me posted.
And thank you so much. I'm going to get off the phone because I'm going to call them and let them know what you said today. So thank you.
Okay. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye.
All righty. I believe our next caller is Miss Patty. Hi, Patty. Oh, wait. Sorry. Wrong one. Let me get Miss Patty on the line here. Hi, Patty.
Hi, how are you? How's everything?
It's great. How are you, girl?
I am fine.
Good. Please tell everybody where you're calling in from.
Queens, New York.
New York. So what, you got a question for me?
Yes, I spoke to you 2 days before my birthday back in April. And I was concerned about that 2 years ago I was diagnosed with a fatty liver. And I constantly talk about my two grandmothers. One of them died from liver cancer, the other one died from cirrhosis. Liver cancer, you can do anything. Cirrhosis, she was a drinker. All right. So I was concerned because I keep talking about them, and maybe they have something to say to me because I keep talking about them. Maybe they didn't like. I assume that maybe they didn't like. I keep talking about them, and I'm so focused on my liver. So when I spoke to you, you told me in a very polite way, take a chill pill.
What? I did that, Miss Patty?
In a nice way, you know. In other words, you were trying to tell me take a chill pill. That's what they were saying. Okay. So my birthday was coming up, and I said, okay, I shouldn't worry about my liver because every morning I wake up, look in my eyes to see if they're yellow. I've been doing that for 2 years. I told that to the doctor. He said, you're crazy. Just don't focus on that. Focus on your diet. And I understand why I have a fatty liver is that for 10, 15 years I had high cholesterol. I never took care of it. So that can do some damage. Triglycerides can do. I finally got my triglycerides level down, but not my cholesterol or my LDL. But I got my triglycerides level down, and my HDL went up. So I'm very happy last year that happened. So then that night I had a dream. I was blind in one eye. My vision came back, and my eyes were yellow. The day that I relaxed, that happened, and that scared the crap out of me. And I was right. But I keep saying to myself, look, I took the blood test. The doctor says to me, for people to go into fatty liver, right, to go from fatty liver to cirrhosis to liver cancer, you know, you have to have some contributing factors. You know, you're not diabetic. Patty.
Stop with the doom and gloom. It's crazy. You're making it up anyways. We make up the future. We might as well make up good stuff. So just change the reporting in your head to something that's positive, like, oh, my God, I have the healthiest liver in my family. My liver is in great shape. My liver is just serving me well and working great. So, the doom and gloom thing, that's crazy. I mean, it's crazy to put yourself through that. There's no need.
Well,
so what's your question?
That was my question. The dream that I had, my eyes turned yellow, and that scared me because maybe my body's trying to tell me something after I spoke to you. And I was like, I finally relaxed after I spoke to you, and I said, okay, it's my birthday. Okay, I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying to eat healthy, and, you know, since 2 years ago, I gave up.
Patty, the easiest thing to do is let's test your gut biome. All right? Let's do that. You shoot me an email, julie@askjulieryan.com. I'm going to send you a link, and anybody else listening, do the same thing. Email me, julie@askjulieryan.com. I'm going to send you a link for half off of a gut biome test. You get it done at your house. You don't need a prescription. It's going to tell you what status your immune system is in. It's going to tell you what the critters are in your gut. You know, we all have trillions of critters, bacteria and parameciums and but
I follow that.
It's going to tell you these are the foods that you want to focus on. These are your superfoods, so you have a healthy immune system. These are the foods for you to avoid. Here's everything else. Let's go there. It's gonna just stop all your fears. It's gonna give you a roadmap so you can have just a robust immune system and have a really healthy life and future.
Yes, so I know I should stop with the gloom and doom, but I did my best for the last 2 years trying to improve my diet, and I did. I know I did.
Okay. So let's figure out exactly what you need for your gut biome. And the reason I like this test, Patty, is because it's going to test the critters in your gut from a DNA and an RNA standpoint, because a lot of the tests that are out there, when those critters hit oxygen, they die. So they're inconclusive. But the thing I like about this test, you've heard me say before, food is the best medicine. Eat what God made, stay away from what man made. But the key is, let's figure out exactly what Patty needs to eat to have a robust immune system. And if your immune system isn't robust now, it's going to tell you what foods to eat to get it in really good shape so that you don't have any of these issues. We'll just stop them right now so they don't materialize.
But that points another question to me. I believe that I did do a good job these last 2 years improving my health and my liver. Did I do a good job these last 2 years?
You've done a great job. So let's just ramp it up a notch.
Yes.
Let's ramp it up a notch and really perfect this. And this is called personalized medicine. You know, you can eat some diet that's given to everybody that has, red hair or whatever. Let's figure out, what does Patty need to eat in order to have a super healthy immune system? And let's go from there. Okay? So email me and I'll shoot you that link.
All right. Thank you, Julie. But thank you for giving me the advice that my liver is okay now. And I did a pretty good job. I'm so happy.
You're doing great. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Let's see who's next. I believe it's Rob. Hi, Rob.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Am I next?
You're next. Tell everybody where you're calling from.
Yeah. Right now I'm in Harrisonburg, Virginia.
Okay. Terrific.
Yeah.
What's going on down there?
Well, I had bad infection on my leg before. Now it's slimmed down. All the swelling's gone down. I'm using compression socks and stuff, but there may be an issue there. Still, I don't know. And then there's because when I got done with the antibiotic, it wasn't all the way gone, but it's been working down since then. So I'm not sure. But the other thing was a pain in like my right shoulder blade, and I guess if you want to just scan me and see, what is most, whatever's of concern,
Yeah. All right. Let me get you on my radar. Here comes my laser beam. Sweet home Alabama, up to Virginia. That's how my husband, the Southerner, says Virginia. There's like no R in it. Virginia. Yeah. He's hilarious. All right. Got you on my radar. Shooting energy from your feet up to the top of your head. All right. You've been turned around to the back. Left shoulder's inflamed. Is that the one that hurts?
Well, it's my right shoulder.
Okay. Energy went to the left shoulder in the back. Let me see what's going on with that, and then I'll check out your right shoulder. But, I always follow where the energy goes first. So,
absolutely. Yeah.
Inflammation, Rob, looks to me like red fog on body parts. So I calm it down with anti-inflammatory energy, which is a royal blue color. And the reason, Rob and everybody, why I'm so diligent about giving you exact details, it's so you can have a visual of what I'm seeing, both when I'm scanning you and when I'm doing a healing, because the body's going to follow what the brain is showing it, whether the brain believes it or not. And
Right.
kind of like what Patty was talking about, she had a bad dream, and she probably woke up from that dream with her yellow eyes that
Right.
her heart was probably pounding. Well, it was a dream. It wasn't real,
Yeah.
but the body didn't know it wasn't real.
Right.
So likewise, when I describe in vivid detail what I'm seeing when I'm scanning somebody and doing a healing, that's going to help your body heal because your body's
Okay.
going to see that, and it's going to
Right.
believe it, whether your brain believes it or not. It doesn't matter. So, it's
Right.
kind of like being in a scary movie, and
Seeing it,
and
believing.
yeah, somebody jumps out at you and it startles you, and your heart's pounding. Well,
Your
it's
adrenaline
not
goes.
real. It's
Right.
not real, but it's what you're seeing, so your body's reacting to it.
Right.
All right, I digress, but just wanted to explain that. Okay, all right. So left shoulder, back of the shoulder. I'm over on the side. I have a hologram of you in my mind's eye. You got some stuff going on in your left shoulder. Your left shoulder, there's a teeny little bit of a rotator cuff tear, Rob.
Okay.
And if I put the face of a clock on your shoulder, it's in the 2 o'clock position. So I'm stitching that. Remember, when I get somebody on my radar, the energy always goes where it's most needed first, even if you're not having the symptoms. So we're heading it off at the pass. You said shoulder, it went to the left shoulder. All right, so I've stitched that up. That should be all right. All right, let me go over. Okay, so I'm looking at your right shoulder. It's inflamed, but your left shoulder was inflamed more. Interesting, it doesn't hurt as much. All right, let me see. For your right shoulder, I'm not seeing any tears or anything. I'm seeing that it's just out of alignment. I think, Rob, do you have a chiropractor that you use?
Right.
Go get adjusted.
It's
Go find a chiropractor. Ask your friends and family if they go to a chiropractor and if they like the chiropractor, and go see them. You just need an adjustment. They'll fix you in about 3 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, with an adjustment. With that. Okay, let me look at your leg. Okay, your left leg came up on my radar. Is that the one where the infection is?
It was both at first, and then it was my right leg last, the last one to.
All right. The energy is in your left leg. I'm seeing inflammation in your left leg. I think you need another round of antibiotics. I think you're going to need another round. I don't think it's gone yet. But what I'm doing is, on a healing on your leg, Rob, I've got tons of antibiotic energy on it, which is kind of a hot pink color, and that's antibiotic energy, and it'll just blast that. But see how you feel, but what I'm getting right now is you're probably going to want to do another round.
Okay, sounds good.
Knock it out. Okay, thanks for calling.
I had a question for a friend, if that's okay.
Okay.
A friend named Trey, he lives up in the Abington, Maryland area, and he said his whole right arm hurts. He doesn't know why.
Take him to the chiropractor with you. He needs a chiropractic adjustment.
Oh,
seriously, and he'll fix him in 3 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, chiropractors are amazing. And so his arm's it's out of alignment. So it's just, my chiropractor's a gal. She's not a girl. She's in her 40s. So, yeah, take him to the chiropractor with you. Tell the chiropractor you want a double discount.
Oh, man. Okay.
Okay. Thanks for calling, Rob. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, who's next? Musa. Hi, Musa.
Hi, Julie.
How are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
Terrific. Nice to hear your voice. I haven't talked to you in a while.
I know, right?
Been busy, I imagine.
Yeah, I've been busy. I dial in every now and then, but I end up dropping off before you actually get to me. But always happy to hear your calls.
Oh, good. Please tell everybody where you're calling in from.
I am calling from Connecticut.
Okay. Terrific. You got a question for me?
I do not have a question today. Just wanted to eavesdrop on the call.
Oh, all right. Well, it's always a treat to hear your voice. And Musa took my first class, you guys. Julie's in my class scheduled for July, but Musa was in the inaugural class, weren't you, Musa?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I was. Well, thank you very much. It was definitely a great class. Definitely a beginner starting point, and looking forward to keep developing my skills, and definitely appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, so everybody listening, go check out Angelic Attendance Training. I have a few spots left, but they're filling up fast, and it teaches people. What we do is we learn how to communicate with spirit, both alive and deceased. We learn how to control our energy vibration, right, Musa? And I transfer energy at a really high level, and this is the key to everybody that takes the class, so you can access whatever you want. Some people are interested in doing healing stuff. Some people are interested in working with animals or doing past life stuff or whatever. Right, Musa? Anything else you want to say about that to potential people taking
I think that class was a good starting point for me to know exactly what Julie is feeling doing her stuff. And I think my feeling was exactly the same as everybody else in that class. It was like we were getting a lot of download. We were getting a lot of answers when we asked. We actually, for me, I was feeling it, hearing it when I asked, and I think it was a good starting point. Now, what's left is just from that point is to keep working it, keep practicing it, and just not stop.
Well, so exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And it's not something necessarily that you do, it's something you receive. Because when you swim in that high vibration level that I transfer to you for all those hours of those classes in 4 consecutive weeks for 8 hours total, you're able to access that. And people are not able to access it if they've never felt it.
Yes.
And I was talking with Kathy, who was in your class, that first class earlier today, and she said, you kept saying it was something we received, not necessarily something we did. I said, that's right. And she said, and you said, well, it's going to be something that's going to dawn on you. She said, it dawned on me, and I get it now. And that's what I'm hearing from people that have taken the classes so far, is they're amazed at how they're able to do things that they never thought they would be able to do energetically and spiritually, and how it's increased the amount of joy that they feel in their life just by vibrating at that really high level. So
one thing that resonated the most for me was I felt grounded, like I felt present all the time. I work in a corporate environment where it's always a lot of problems, a lot of issues. But during those 4 weeks, I felt I was always present. I felt like there was no more stress. I was always happy. Yeah. And I was like, and I kept telling her, I feel grounded. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
And it's like things happening around me. I'm always happy.
Yeah.
Again, I feel I'm always grounded. I was like, this is new. This is different. So that was definitely one of the biggest key points that I took from that lesson. So thank you. Thanks again.
That's the first thing that people notice, is that their life is just more joyful in everything that they do. That's like the first thing that they notice. So, all right. Well, thanks, Musa, for joining us, and I hope you have a good week and hope to talk to you soon.
You as well. Thank you so much again.
Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye. All right. Let's see who's next. I believe our next caller is Natasha. Hi, Natasha.
Hello.
How are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. Please tell everybody where you're calling in from.
From Columbia, Missouri.
Okay. Terrific. Well, you got a question for me?
Yeah. So, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this, so I'm kind of anxious.
Well, welcome to the club, girl.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be fun for you.
Yeah. So I'm married. We've been married about 8 years. And I have a really good job, and we have 2 children. And my husband has recently taken a job over an hour away. And so we're in this turning point of trying to figure out, do we relocate with the kids? Do we stay where we're at? we've had discussion of divorce. So just a lot of like unknowns that
over the job or just divorce, like regular?
Both, really.
Wow.
It's kind of been always like common theme, I guess. We've discussed it throughout our marriage, but we're just now getting to the point where it's like I have to make a decision to either stay together and relocate and take new jobs and move forward, or is this the time to separate and try to keep my kids where we're at, where their foundation is. So a lot of decision making.
So what's your question?
Just direction, I guess, or I have a grandmother that has passed almost 10 years ago now, and she is a very strong spirit, and I don't know if there's anything that could be gathered from like her or just direction, I guess, or
Sure. So you're looking for some guidance from my son. When he was a baby, he used to say, "Mommy, ask the spirits and beyond." So that stuck with me. He's now old and married, not old, and grown up, 27 and married a couple of weeks ago. And so let's ask the spirits and beyond, as Jonathan would say. So here's how we do this, Natasha. And what was your grandmother's name?
Gloria.
Gloria. Okay. And what did you call her?
Grandma.
Okay. That works. It's amazing how many names there are for grandmothers. I am a Mimi to my step-grandchildren, and I was out to dinner with my girlfriend Deborah last night, it was her birthday today, so we took her out to dinner last night, and she's a Gigi, and then there's Grandma and Granny and Meemaw, and it's endless. So, all right. So how we do this is we ask a question, and spirits are really literal, Natasha. So we want to be really specific in the questions we ask if we're asking for guidance. Okay. So you want to, and the other thing that I have found throughout 25 plus years of doing this woo-woo work is if we preface the question with, that's my official title for it, if we preface the question with, is it in my best interest to, ... and finish the question, then we're going to get guidance on, it's in your best interest, period. Instead of you say, should I? Well, whose opinion is should I? It's just, is it in my best interest to? And then that takes in all the variables, because future events, Natasha, have a bunch of variables that come into play, and they can affect an outcome. So let's ask some questions, and we can practice, and we can get you tuned up for this. Okay. So is it in Natasha's best interest to relocate to, do you know the city? Can you tell us the city or an area?
It's a town. It's called Sweet Springs.
Sweet Springs. Is it in Natasha's best interest to relocate to Sweet Springs, Missouri?
Yes.
Okay. The answer is going to come in within a second. If you think about it for more than a couple of seconds, that's going to be your brain answering you. So is it in Natasha's best interest to relocate to Sweet Springs, Missouri? It's the first thing that pops in your head, like within a second. You're thinking too long.
I got a yes. Too hard.
I got a yes. Okay. But let's refine down the question, because that's pretty general. It feels specific to us, but I'm telling you, spirits are so literal. So let's talk about a time frame. Let's add a time frame to that. Is it in Natasha's best interest to relocate to Sweet Springs, Missouri within fill in the blank?
3 months.
And what's the first thing that pops in your head?
I do think I'm overthinking it. Like I don't.
Yeah, you are. I got a yes. And the other thing is that spirits communicate telepathically. So you're thinking you're going to hear your grandma's voice in your head, and you might. Chances are pretty slim that you will. What you're going to hear is you're going to hear what sounds like one of your thoughts. Okay. Right? And that's how they communicate telepathically. So let's refine the question down one more one more notch. Let's try one more thing. Is it in Natasha's best interest to move to Sweet Springs, Missouri with her family within the next 3 months? And I'm getting a yes.
Okay.
So let's ask a question, one last question. Is it in Natasha's best interest to divorce her husband within the next, 3 months?
Yeah.
I'm getting a big old no before the question's even out.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So practice that. Practice it with, like what Musa was saying earlier, you got to practice this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Practice it with stuff that doesn't matter. Is it in my best interest to eat this piece of, lemon meringue pie or these chocolate cookies? Can you tell dessert's my favorite food group?
Yeah.
Yeah. So practice that, and then you're going to get answers. I use it when I'm in a traffic jam. Is it my best interest to get off the highway and take this detour, or is it in my best interest to sit here, because it's going to be faster? Which route's going to be faster? I mean, you play with it. You're going to get really good at it. We all have the ability to do this. So I hope that helps.
Okay. I didn't know, is there any way to be able to tell, different spirits who would be coming through with those questions?
Yeah. When you ask it that way, it's your spirit guides, your deceased loved ones, your guardian angel, God, the universe, not in that order necessarily, but it's the whole group. And when you're asking advice for big life events like what we're talking about with you, what the heck? Let's just get advice from the whole group that's going to have your best interest.
Okay.
So do you want to just ask your grandmother real fast?
Just ask if she's part of the group, I guess.
Well, no, ask her if she thinks you should move, if she's recommending that you move.
Yeah. Do you want me to audibly say it?
Yeah. Ask her real fast.
Okay. Grandma, do you think that it is in my best interest and our children's best interest to remain married to my husband and relocate our family?
And I got a yes on both before the question was even out from her too. So she was in the group. So there you go. All right. Keep us posted. Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay. We do this show, everybody, every Thursday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. The call-in number is 712-770-4160, and the access code is 533677#. You can find this information a whole bunch of different places. Go to AskJulieRyan.com, scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, and you'll see all this call-in information. Also, anywhere you download podcasts, we're on dozens of networks in over 100 countries, and it's in the show notes. We're also on YouTube, Ask Julie Ryan, all those podcast downloads, Ask Julie Ryan, obviously. And then we're also on Alexa, Ask Julie Ryan. So you can get it there. When you're on my site, sign up for my blog, which is a question somebody has submitted, and I answer it. I choose one once a week, and that's usually, the theme of the show, or at least the title of the show, just so I can have something to work with to get a graphic done so I can post it on my site and post it on social media. And if you sign up for my blog, you'll get a reminder in the body of the email to remember, hey, we're doing a show tonight, so call in and join us. And then also when you're on my site, sign up for a private session with me, which is an hour long. That's what I gave away earlier in the show tonight, and it's a blast. We have so much fun, and I have you for a whole hour, and we can talk about whatever you want. I can scan you medically. We can talk about your pets. We can figure out if something's going on with them medically, past life stuff, like Natasha talked to deceased loved ones, spirit guides, get advice, whatever. And it makes it really fun. And then we'll get through lots of questions and information there. All right. This week, our question was from Dawn, and Dawn is from Cleveland, Ohio. And she said, hi, Julie. Hey, Julie, actually. Hey, Julie. I just wanted to get in touch with you about my baby granddaughter, Abbie, who's undergoing some medical testing. Abbie will soon be 1, and is showing early signs of puberty. Believe it or not, she has a little break of the skin, and she put in parentheses, acne on her forehead, perspiration and odor emanating from her armpits, and a little bit of pubic hair down below in her vaginal area. Doctors have done some bone scans, and those are fine, but a tumor has been discovered on her adrenal gland. Now they're doing some hormonal and other tests, so I'd really appreciate it if you could scan her to see if you get anything. Abbie is such a happy baby. Oh, my God, she's such a delight. Thanks, Julie. Take care, and God bless. And here's my response. Hi, Dawn. In order to get some information for you on your grandbaby, Abbie, I first connected to you and from you to her. I then telepathically asked for permission to do a medical scan on her. She said yes. Now, let me break for a minute. I never scan anybody without their permission. Either they're asking me personally or via an email, or they're asking me to scan a loved one, like what Dawn is asking me to scan her granddaughter. Even though this child is 1 year old, she has a spirit, and I get permission before I scan anybody. I can scan people, I just don't, because I think it's unethical. Okay, back to my response. Once I got her on my radar, I could see, in my mind's eye, a mass above her right kidney on her adrenal gland. I do believe it's malignant and is called a neuroblastoma. I'm not seeing, again in my mind's eye, metastasis at this time. The American Pediatric Surgical Association says neuroblastoma is a type of tumor that arises from cells of the sympathetic nervous system, which is comprised of the brain, spinal cord, and nerves, and the adrenal gland. The association goes on to say neuroblastoma is seen mostly in children and is the third most common cancer, childhood cancer, after leukemia and brain tumors. Lastly, the APSA claims the average age at diagnosis is 2.5 years, with 40% being diagnosed before age 1. And children have a 90% long-term survival rate if diagnosed before 18 months. So that's good news because baby Abbie's not a year yet. So these guys are saying if they're diagnosed before 18 months, they have a 90% long-term survival rate. Having said all that, I watched a healing occur on baby Abbie that involved encapsulating the tumor and removing it. I always encapsulate cancer, tumors, and cells, you guys, because I don't want them spreading. So I put them in a membrane and then remove them so that they're contained. I went on to say next, I watched an energetic procedure similar to genome editing performed on 4 strands of Abbie's DNA. And I put in parentheses, DNA is the recipe that tells cells how to replicate. The National Human Genome Research Institute, in conjunction with the National Institutes of Health, NIH, says, genome editing is a method that lets scientists change the DNA of many organisms, including plants, bacteria, and animals. I saw in my mind's eye mutations get corrected, causing Abbie's DNA to return to normal. I see this all the time with cancer patients, you guys. This genome editing thing is something that's become very common in a healing with cancer patients. And then I closed with, my hope is this healing will complement and facilitate baby Abbie's complete recovery. Please let me know how else I may assist you and your family. My thoughts and prayers are with you and your loved ones. So, you guys, I had never heard of this before. I'd never heard of a baby having early puberty symptoms. I'd never heard of this glioblastoma or neuroblastoma. Glioblastoma are brain tumors, but neuroblastoma on adrenal glands. But it was whacking her hormones, and it was causing hormones to be secreted and generated of somebody that's much older than a 1-year-old. So, Dawn, thank you for submitting that question. I learned a lot. I'm sure everybody that's read it and heard it has learned a lot, and our hearts and prayers go out to you and your family, and we're just hoping that baby Abbie makes a complete recovery. Okay, let's go back to the phone and see who's next. I believe it's Mike. Hi, Mike. Hi, Mike. Mike.
Hello?
Hello, are you? Hi, there you are. Hi.
Gosh, I was just listening. I wasn't really planning on talking or anything.
Okay.
I heard my
where are you calling from?
name. But I'm still. I called in last week, and I'm still like with the same problems. I guess really my COPD is really getting worse. I did have a good day. I got out today and got a second place ribbon in a senior citizens art show today.
Wonderful! Congratulations.
So
where are you calling us from?
From Norfolk, Virginia.
Norfolk. That's right.
Yeah,
I remember you last week. Yeah.
And and then since then a lot of tragedy happened here, and so kind of a strange times here in the city and in this area. But,
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us. I'm going to put you back on mute, and I will get another caller on.
Okie dokie.
Thanks, Mike. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, let's see who's next. I believe it's Thomas. Hi, Thomas. Thomas, are you there? 315 area code. Hello, hello. Okay, maybe. Oh, there you are. Hi. Hi. 315 area code. Who's this? Okay, maybe not. All right, so I'm going to put you back on mute, and I'll come up to, I believe, 520 area code. Hi, this is Julie. Who's this?
This is Bob.
Hi, Bob. How are you?
How are you? I think I'm doing good, but that's only my opinion. I sent you a couple of emails. I have been dealing with cancer since 2010, and they tell me that I'm in remission, which I accept. Okay. I had a patent that I was dealing with, and I kind of put it on hold while I was dealing with the cancer. But now that I'm in remission, I decided God had a different plan for me, and that I should be starting to do something with the patent again. It's a patent that cleans up emissions on coal-fired plants, like power plants, and that's anything that burns coal. And I guess I have some pains, which have been related to, I have multiple myeloma, and the pains are in my lower back. I have one, the sciatic nerve seems to be getting pinched now. I didn't have problems with it before, but it's starting to become a problem. And I have a left shoulder problem, but that I know what it's from. I just don't know what I have to do to solve it.
Okay. All right. So did you have a question for me? Do you want me to?
Well, I'd like to know if I can. I'd like to plan that I'm going to be around long enough to do something with this patent, and I guess I'd like to know if you can give me some feedback on that.
Yeah. So, Bob, first of all, where are you calling us from?
Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson. All right. So
I tell you one thing.
Will Bob's patent has your patent been granted already? The original patent was granted, but the problem with that one was that I didn't have all the money to complete the patent, so it's in my name, but I'm not protected. And I've had an investment group that's working with me, and we're filing the patent paperwork this week. Shouldn't be any problem because there's not any no competition for it. But I'm not terribly worried about that part. I have a pretty good feeling about that. My concern is being able to survive long enough to the investment group kind of wants to be involved in Asia. And I've been to Asia a number of times, and I'm not very comfortable. They have to do it. I don't want to be over there because I know they'll steal it. But and right. So I guess the question is, will Bob live long enough to see his patent issued? I get a yes. Is it in Bob's best interest to utilize this investment group that's helping him get his patent approved and bring the technology to the market. I'm getting a yes on that too. Yeah, I'm getting a yes on that too.
Great.
Yeah, Bob, I have several patents myself, so I know what's involved with that.
I read your book, and that's how I got interested in calling you to talk to you about this. And the thing with the pains, it's multiple myeloma that I have, and one of the side effects is the lower back pain, and I've kind of dealt with that I'm in remission, so they give me pain medication. I'd like to think that the pain medication is going to continue to work, and I'm going to be able to keep going the way I'm going.
Bob, why don't you schedule an individual consult with me? Go to AskJulieRyan.com and pick a date and time. Let's just spend an hour going through everything you have going on. Let's see what we can get healed in your body and get some answers about what's going on. So it sounds like you have several items that we can work on.
Well, one of the things that happens when you get to my age, you always have lots of questions.
Okay. We'll get you lots of answers. How about that?
Okay. Thank you very much.
But full speed ahead on those patents. You go, man. Good luck.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. Bye-bye. All right. We've got Diane next. Hi, Diane.
Hi, Julie.
How are ya?
I'm good. It's just my aunt.
Tell everybody where you're calling from, please.
I'm calling from Jackson, Michigan. It's about 30 miles south of Lansing and 30 miles west of Ann Arbor.
My son is in Ann Arbor this evening. I talked to him after he landed in Detroit, and I said, because I went to Ohio State, and Ann Arbor is where Michigan is, and I said, oh, my gosh, you're in enemy territory. I said, when he texted me that he'd landed, I said, go Buckeyes.
Oh, yes. I'm a Spartan, and I work at a hospital that's divided. So
that's right. That's right.
49% owned by the U of M. So
well, there you go. It's a fun rivalry. Well, you got a quick question for me, girl?
I do. I'm just wondering where my aunt is. I think she's just frightened to die because she has fallen. She has had infections. She's had the flu, and she just every couple of weeks she has something where we have to do total care on her. And I keep telling her.
What's her name, Diane?
Lorraine.
Lorraine. Okay. And we've scanned Lorraine before, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, because it's sounding familiar to me. Okay, so I'm going to hook into you. My laser beam is going to come up and hook into you, and then I'm going to go from you to Lorraine. I'm getting she's in phase 4 of the 12 phases of transition.
Phase 4?
Phase 4 of 12. So her spirit's hooked onto the top of her head. It looks like a bubble, like I was talking about earlier. Her parents' spirits are at her feet, and then she has a horseshoe of angels that emanate out from the parents. Parents are like the anchor, and they emanate out. So if you go to AskJulieRyan.com and click on the last tab, the 12 phases of transition, you'll see a graphic of this, of what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So let's ask her, Lorraine, are you ready to go? Yes. Are you in pain? Yes. What do you need? My family. Okay. My family and licorice is what she's saying. Does she like licorice? Red licorice.
I didn't know that she liked licorice.
Red licorice, not that black stuff. Okay. So take her some. Okay.
I will.
Thanks for calling.
Yep. Thank you, Julie.
Great to talk to you. Bye-bye. All righty. And next we have Miss Kathy. Hi, Kath.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you holding up?
Doing pretty well. Good. One day at a time. Yeah.
Yeah. Please tell everybody where you're calling in from.
Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
With my cohort, Katie the cat.
That's right. You got a question for me?
Yeah, and I don't know if this is something that, if we need to wait till next week, it's probably not urgent. I had this, it wasn't from a worry, it was this insight that popped into me today that, Katie and I have both been living, as you know, I think you're pretty sure you know, and for the callers there, we've been living on cigarette smoke for a long time now. It's been a year and a half of it. And it was very intense last year, not as bad now, and I think we're doing better. But I noticed we both still have kind of a wheeze. So, either tonight or next week, I just thought maybe we could clear some of that. You can clear some of that.
You do. Yeah, it's from the cigarette smoke. So it's just an allergic reaction to it. Not to negate it, but it's an allergic reaction to it. So I'm clearing out your lungs right now, Kath, and then I'll do Katie the cats as well. But I'm clearing out your lungs. And not only do you have the residue from the smoke, but your lungs are just irritated. So it's like when they're irritated, they're swollen on the inside, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I'm putting anti-inflammatory energy on them, on the periphery of the inside, so the inner, the inner chambers of those, and I'm also coming up and putting that in your esophagus and your windpipe and up through your sinuses. So let me do Katie.
Definitely swollen.
Yeah, I can tell. So I'm getting that calmed down too. And let me see Katie. Yeah, she's got a lot because she has smaller lungs, so she doesn't have as much space to clear that stuff out. So I'm getting that out of her system as well.
I knew she needed more help than I did,
Yeah, she does.
Because she gets pretty wheezy.
Yeah, anti-inflammatory energy.
Still trying to find a place for it. Well, I think I told you last week, I'm going to move back to Lancaster where my family is.
Good. I think last week when you called in and we were talking about moving to where your family is, that we were getting yeses on everything, right? Clear sailing on everything.
Yep, I believe so, Yep.
Okay. All righty. Well, I hope that helps, and I hope that helps Katie, too. Okay.
Yeah, me too. Thank you, Julie.
Hang in there. You are so welcome. All righty. Take care. Bye, Kath.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody. That is it for this week. Thank you to everybody that took the time to call in and ask their questions. Thank you to Dawn for submitting that question about baby Abbie. And everybody, go to my site, AskJulieRyan.com, sign up for the blog, sign up for a private session, follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Ask Julie Ryan. And that's where I post if we're doing a live show, which we do pretty much every week. And what else? Hope you have a great weekend and enjoy the start to summer. I know a lot of the kids are out of school and more are getting out this week. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Thanks so much.
Thanks
Take
for
care.
joining us.
Bye-bye.
Be sure to follow Julie on Twitter at AskJulieRyan and like her on Facebook at AskJulieRyan. For information on how you can ask Julie your question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.